this Flossafee URL West, man. Fools always got to get on my boy Boone, man. I don't know why y'all get this man such a hard time. He's so fucking talented, but I know he a fucking weirdo, and I tell him I'll be the first one to tell him. But y'all got to understand, Boone is one of those artists. Nah, Boone is an artist. Like, he's out there. You know what I'm saying? He's motherfucker is crazy, but he's dumb-ass talented when you want it. Boone's biggest enemy is Boone. Boone always getting in his own fucking way. You know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of people be like, yo, Boone is fucking crazy. Why y'all fucking with him? Da-da-da-da. He keeps getting good looks and shit because Boone is he's different. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not like everybody else, which is something that we really like. But I know Boone, like, I was with Grizz and them over at fucking at the Retrospect party, you know what I mean? And I said something about, we was talking about fools that like literally have the drive, like, that will battle anybody. I don't care who you are, how big you are, whatever, you know what I'm saying, how big or how small you are. And I was saying, like, oh yeah, Boone, like, he'll battle anybody, everybody. Like, if he was here, he'd battle all of us. You know what I'm saying? And fools was like, took it to, you know what I'm saying, like, oh, hold on, like, whoa, boo, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Billy ain't battling all us. And fools was like, well, he ain't battling Grizz right away. So that's why I heard y'all talking about the Grizz shit. And I know, you know what I'm saying, Grizz is that dude. You know what I'm saying? Anybody who's sleeping on Grizz right now is way far tripping. You know what I'm saying? Grizz is going to be the next. Like, everybody, right now, Geechee is the man, but I promise Grizz is in the fucking battle. He's in the box. You know what I'm saying? He's up next. But what is it about Billy though? That is it his character or is it the, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is it that really makes fools just not want to fuck with Billy? That's what I want to know.
I got no problem with
BP, you want to set it up?
My thing is, yeah, I'll set it up. My thing is, look at the latest things that's been going on with Billy. You got the Goods thing, which I'm not hearing really good things about. I haven't really watched it yet, so I can't speak on that too much. He was supposed to come out here and battle Hush Hush. He got that whole theatrical thing going on there. I don't know what's going on there. You got his battle with Grizz, which he just basically shitted on dude. I feel like that was a bad look for the West in general. You know what I mean? You shouldn't be putting your dudes on like that. You know, treating them like that. And it's just his whole character, man. I think it kind of fucks up his situation. You know what I mean? And so, I mean, that's where I'm at. I got no problem with him. I tap into all his lives. I think dude's fucking hilarious, bro. He's a character, man. But you know, it's his last showings. Because I didn't grow up in the A-hat where Billy was out here ripping shit. You know what I mean? I grew up in the A-hat right now where he's like just going crazy on niggas and just becoming a character, man. I'm not seeing too much of the talent as much as I'm seeing, like, the comedian.
Thanks. Hey, I bet you this, I bet you that Billy would be the last person to ever make the mistake of not preparing for a Grizz.
Huh?
Yeah, I mean, my thing with Billy,
Grizz, though.
Yeah, my thing with Billy, though, and it's not, I don't have I don't want to say like a critique where I say like he's trash. He's not trash. He's dope. He is an entertainer. So, you know what I'm saying, that comes with it. My whole thing with Billy, and this is why this year I've been on him a little bit more, is because if anything else, like if you're battling Grizz and you're talking about you don't want to show up or something, just don't battle. That's first. But the main reason for me, bro, is Young Bizzle Bar Fest. That event means something out here on the West Coast. So for you to come there to that event and fuck around and not put on,
let me get him out of here.
With his, like, that's the shit that got me. It's like, bro, it's different. This event is different, bro. This ain't just some regular event getting thrown around there. No. This is a event meant to honor the king, the legend, Young Big.
Yeah. No,
like, this is what this whole event is for. So that's why I kind of took slight with that, like, this year. All in all, I don't have a problem with him. I just feel like, you know what I'm saying, if out here, if we say here in the West, our saying is you're only as good as your last showing. Your last showings have been like that, what am I to say? Because I can go back to battles where you did great, but that's last year. That's 2 years ago. We're talking about right now. Like, right now, you got bodied by Grizz, and in this Goods battle, whatever politics or whatever behind-the-scenes shit happened, the people aren't going to see that on camera. They're just going to see the battle. And I'm not saying the battle was like ass or he did terrible, but it's like, I don't know. Hopefully it does good for him because I do want to see him succeed because he has made a lot of dope strides in his personal career and just in the West.
He's trying to set a battle up with Young Nate. I think him and Young Nate got something going on soon, so that could be a better showing for him, I think.
Yeah,
and he could
trying
turn
to work
this all
on
around.
Dot right now. That's what he's got Dot on his kill list right now. But, and Dot's agreed to it, but some politics. It's always politics. But yeah, I appreciate.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with dude though.
No, Billy's cool. He crazy though. He's motherfucker crazy. You know what I'm saying? I said Billy. I think this motherfucker unfriended me last week, and then I seen him at the fucking venue, and I was like, Bill, what the fuck? We're not cool.
I'm not gonna lie. A lot of the reason why he gets heat too, bro, is because a lot of his PGs have been dropped, and it's not his fault. So a lot of the stuff that he's done and the work he's put in, we have no way to witness that outside of the people who were there. And a lot of times, the East Coast, they have a tendency to go ahead and talk about how when West battlers go there, they're not that dope. You get what I'm saying? For somebody like Billy Boondocks, who is an entertainer and he's going out there and he's performing, and then you have your opponent choking and your battles aren't dropping, you're not getting anything on your resume to show for all the work that you're putting in. So a lot of times, people kind of give him, you know what I'm saying, they don't give him benefit of the doubt just because they're not seeing all of that. You get what I'm saying? So it's like I just feel like a lot of our battlers in general get misrepresented when they go out there to the East, which is another thing too. It's gonna change soon, in my opinion, because I see some things working. But just in general with him, I just feel like all the work he's put in, he is where he is based on his work. But then you always have those moments where it's like, man, what the fuck are you doing? It's almost like Daylight, bro. Like you gotta take the good with the bad because you know you're gonna get both, bro.
Exactly. I think that's a good. Actually a good comparison. You know what I'm saying? They're not the same personality because it's different reasons that they're each a wild card for way different reasons. You know what I'm saying? I think with Billy, I honestly don't think I think he loses a little bit of control of it sometimes. With Daylight, I think there's a mastermind behind each move that he's doing. It's you think that you think he went up and threw a title, but he didn't throw a title. He tried to take the head of the fucking dragon off. You know what I'm saying? He tried to take all. He moves differently. I think he's got a different mentality.
Hold on. Here's something too, though, bro. Because I got
back on this fucking URL stage, but I don't know when that's gonna happen.
No, that's a fact. But no, dude just made a good point. I really forgot about this shit too. I'm glad homie Yak went and told me about this. He has said fuck the West before.
Who?
You a couple times actually. Billy Boondocks has said fuck the West before. Fuck. I remember on this show he said that in the interview we did. He's like, fuck the West. I don't fuck with you out here.
Every other week. You know what I'm saying? Fools is I don't give a I ain't emotional. Fools is say we all know fools love the West. I've had long conversations with all these guys about how much we love the West and we want to push the West and that the whole world needs to, you know what I'm saying, really get a chance to see where all this shit comes from, and everybody else is kind of trying to imitate or emulate what we are doing naturally. So
Boone's emotional, man. So if the West, he feels like the West ain't fucking with him, he'll speak on that shit and he'll just say some shit you know what I mean?
See, here's my thing though. When it comes to him though, bro, how do you say the entire West doesn't fuck with you because maybe one or two people are in the comments telling you that they're not fucking with you? A lot of times people get to a point where they feel one or two fans speak for the entire. Bro, you don't speak for the entire West. Me, I'm a media outlet for the West Coast, right? I have this whole entire media outlet, but my word is not bound for the entire West. I'm just reporting from my perspective and giving people their chance to put their perspective out there. So you ain't got. It's not like if I said, hey, Billy, you did X, Y, and Z. Nigga, I'm not the end all be all. I'm just one nigga. You get what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of times he's done that where he's taking one person's statement or comment and he's taking that to the offense. And it's I understand that you don't want somebody getting at you on certain things because in your mind you have a whole different take on it. But at the same time, you have to understand what it looks like to us, bro. You're going out to the East and giving them all your quality. You're going out there and doing crazy. But then out here, you've had a few battles out here where you bullshitted. The most recent one being on a card that's dedicated to the legacy and the life of Young B. Like, that shit is why people are on your line right now. It has nothing to do with your overall career or anything, bro. Like, you're an entertainer. You're dope. You have bars. You're entertaining to watch. You have performance. You have all that stuff. It's just those things that people don't like. But I don't feel like just saying, oh, you fucked around at this moment means your entire career is like that moment. No, we're just calling it out. Because the same way that we call it out for him, we call it out for Daylight when he does antics. Or if somebody out here had a bad performance, we got to call it out. If not, nobody's going to progress. If not, everybo's just going to feel like it's okay to do that shit, and let me go ahead and try and one-up that last antic. You know what I'm saying?
No, I've been fucking with Billy. I've been fucking with Grizz more recently. You know what I'm saying? I've actually known Billy for longer, but Grizz is like somebody who I definitely think is so the fact that like somebody would come and like I would think because Billy's I think grown up more around them. You know what I'm saying? I'm from the Bay. I've just been down in LA for like the last 2.5 years, but like. You know, like all these guys grew up around each other. You know, I know, you know, from the IE to the LA, but it's like the Bay, I'm way the fuck out. So like where they could go to the same events and shit, they in that close traveling, they grew up and they interacted with each other. I feel like on that side of it, Billy should have known to not take Grizz, you know what I'm saying, lightly. And then as far as the whole Bizzle Fest, like, bro, like for the Bizzle Fest, we already straight up. We pushed ours back, like I think, like at least a month. Like, so we pushed back for that, and I know that that's out of respect. So yeah, everybody needs to show respect. You know, the SO, the whole movement behind that. So I see why that would, if anything, that would be why I would understand people being upset at cuz. But at the same time, as far as like, if it was any other battle, fools that get to the point where they're trying to get to the URL main stage, y'all gotta agree with me on this. Once we get to a certain point where I'm not saying that he's there now, but like at that time it really looked like, you know, he was getting the PGs, he was getting the good looks. It seemed like Norbs, you know what I'm saying, favored him for whatever reason. You know what I mean? It really looked that way for a minute, right? So for him to, like, as far as maybe he shouldn't have just even been on that card if he knew he wasn't going to do any URL battles in series. But sometimes you do want to kind of save the best bars you have for that URL stage. Like once you, like, even, like, you know what I'm saying? Anybody who's getting to that point, like, yeah, you could take battles on your home leagues, and again, I'm gonna say it 100 times. Like with the young Bizzle, shit is different. You know what I'm saying? But for anybody else on smaller leagues and shit, like if you're Stewie in Washington, you know what I'm saying? Like if he takes too many battles on the smaller Washington leagues, those leagues are dope, and he needs to always do his home shit because he's kind of like, you know, fucked up if you don't fuck with where you came from. I get that. But at the same time, in order for him to really achieve this greatness, he needs to use those bars when they're the most fucking valuable. You know what I'm saying? Like, he needs to save them shits for if he fucking, you know what I'm saying, goes up against a Briz that fucking, you know, on the main stage. You know what I mean? Y'all feeling me on that?
I can.
Like, I mean, I'm feeling you in some aspects. I mean, you mentioned Stewie, and that's how Stewie does it. I mean, he just doesn't throw the ones he does have here. You know what I mean? Like, he at least makes them count. We won't get a Stewie battle like every fucking card. We might only get it like once a year, but he'll make it count. And I mean, that was the Bizzle Fest. You know what I mean? Like, I just felt like it should have meant more. You know what I mean? Than him to come out there and just bullshit 3 rounds. You know what I mean?
Even with that though, like I also feel like this, like how you say you might want to save your best material for URL. To a point, I can understand somebody's thinking like that, like, man, this is my big break. I'm on the platform that most of the fans think is the number one league, so I should have my best shit. But then I look at too many people, like, look at Geechee Gotti, bro. Geechee Gotti hasn't taken a battle off all year, bro. And you can say his best performance was against Stewie. From what I keep hearing from a lot of people who were in that building, they say that was his best performance by far in his career. But I look at what he did versus Saint, he was crazy in that battle. Mm-hmm. He didn't take anything off on that one. When he battled Link, when that battle drops, y'all going to see that. If y'all were in the building, you understand what I'm saying. But when that battle drops, Geechee was crazy in that shit. And in the Dre Vicious battle, like, he switched it up and was still dope. So it's like there's certain people who I feel like they can go ahead and just be their consistent self and upgrade their bars every single battle versus somebody who just wants to save certain things for this stage, because at the same time, some of the things that you may save and you may think is hot, them out there in the East, they may, I'm not feeling that. I'm not doing that. I feel like it just has to be, you got to play it by ear. Like, once you get in that groove of writing, I believe you just got to stay with it. Like, if you believe this is so dope, it's going to hit, then do it for this battle. When you get on URL, I believe if you have that kind of creativity and the talent, you're going to do it. He's obviously talented, so I don't think coming up with bars is going to be an issue. But some that just got posted just now, though, and I got to put this out here. This dude, Chris Unbiased, just said he just posted the battle link and was like, Goods has too much presence, man. So that's telling me right there how the masses are going to look at that battle with him and Goods. That's telling me right there. You know how
Chris
fans are. They hear somebody with a personality talk about the battle, and they're going to go with that person's opinion and not think for themselves. But that's my thing. It's like, bro, to me, I believe that a lot of West battlers fall into this trap of trying to please the East Coast, trying to please the unbiased review, trying to please the angry fan or the J. Like, bro, don't please them, bro. Do you. Put on for you and your section of where you're from, and make them want to fuck with you. Like how, in my opinion, that's what Geechee's doing. Like, I've been doing my thing out here. Yeah, I want to get on your stage, but now y'all have to fuck with me. You understand what I'm saying? I'm going so crazy. Y'all can't deny me. I feel like too many people just try to go out there, and it's like, bro, you don't have to, like, starve yourself to, like, get out. Like, no, just do you. Make them want to fuck with you. Like, fuck them. If they don't want to fuck with you based on the work you put in, fuck it. Make it to a point where now the fans is going to be like, hey, if you don't get this nigga on your card, you're tripping.
Yeah, and then they fighting over you. It's like, who's going to bring a contract first? You know what I'm saying? Like,
because the West, bro, in my opinion, has the most talent in battle rap, period, bro. You look at you go from all the way Washington, Arizona, Cali, Utah. I don't care where you go in the West region, bro. We have the best talent, bro, up-and-coming talent at that. So, in my opinion, I don't feel like we have to pull out. I don't feel like people got to pull their pants down to try and be out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not pause if anybody take it like that. But I don't feel like you have to go ahead and do all this extra shit just to try and get respect from them people over there. Like, fuck that. Like, nah. Do you? Well, if they don't want to fuck with you, fuck it. Build out here and make this shit fly out here to the point where you have your own URL shit here. You know what I'm saying?
But look, I'll openly say this. I think not only do we have the best talent, but we also have the best real estate. I mean, tell me that there's a better place in the world that battles go down. Like, they're kind of lightweight. It seems like fools are a little scared to come out here because of the, for whatever reason. But for those that actually come out here, and like a lot of cats, they've been coming out here for years fucking with us. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got cats that stay coming out here. Cortez is my boy. He come out here all the fucking time. Whenever, even if he working with leagues I don't fuck with no more, when he come out here, me and him get it in. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the homie, and he really fuck with us. And he know that they're gonna listen to him. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna. The West Coast, we might boo you if you fucking suck, but at least we're gonna listen to your first couple bars. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna get booed right when you walk on the stage out here. That's corny. You know what I mean? Like, and then we got the women, weed, women, all that shit. Like, real talk. Everybody knows we got the best everything, and I'm not just saying that. So, as far as URL, what URL brings to the table is undeniably they do have the biggest stage right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys have, I don't know if y'all been watching how I've worked throughout the years, but I worked with Grind Time. I worked with King of the Dot. I worked with Film On. You know what I'm saying? Lush is like my right hand. This is the first time I've done a venture not working with Lush. I'm working with KG instead of Lush. You know what I'm saying? And I'm still the little homie. So, like, yeah, like, fools get upset. Like, Billy, for example, get upset with me about not getting booked on battles and shit. It's like, bro, let me get 2 feet in the door real quick. I only got 1 right now. But my goal for y'all, and let me know if I'm doing something wrong, or something differently that I could be doing with the power that I have to try to provide this new platform for our new generations of all the West coming up. I see it as a smart move to work with the URL, because if, like, okay, Nitty kicked the door in, you know what I'm saying, and he moved a certain way, and I think it's dope the way Nitty did that. Now, when Geechee gets, you know what I'm saying, in the door, he's going to move differently, you know what I'm saying, and I think that's going to really set us up. When Geechee gets in there, it's going to be a whole new thing. Like, they're not going to be able to deny us. Like, we're going to be the talent, the entertainment, you know what I'm saying, the believable, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's 100% everything. There's nothing lacking. The performance, all that shit. And then when you bring all these things together, like, what I think is going to happen is that smacking them, they're going to want to come out here. Like, I want them to be like, let's do Summer Madness in the West Coast. I mean, don't get me wrong. If the West was popping, if we could have a time machine, we could go back in time and we could have our own, top #1 league. like, we probably could have done that. You know what I'm saying? A few people had got together, but this is the reality of what's happening. They got the number. They have the brand. We got the real estate. We got the talent. So somewhere, you know what I mean? This whole East Coast, West Coast beef shit is corny. It's played out to me. I grew up through the Pac Big era. That shit died with them. To me, like, I don't necessarily – I got West Coast pride without having to be a hater on the East. You feel me? Like, that's just because I don't know if that's some base shit or what. I grew up in a different mentality. I could be big without having to son the little homie. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how dope I am. I'm so confident in myself and my coast. Like, what we got, who cares what anybody else doing? It's not hurting us. Good luck catching up because we've been on top for a long time. You know what I mean? And the East Coast, they did start hip-hop, you know, so it's only right that they started the battle rap movement of the URL shit. So I'm gonna give them their props where credit's due because I'm not a hater like that. I can keep it real. Like, we didn't make hip-hop up. We made it great. We made it better than it ever was. You know what I'm saying? I mean, let me know if I'm not spitting facts here.
I definitely see where you're coming from with that. Like, this is my thing. I think, and maybe this comes off, maybe it's ego, maybe it's pride, and I can admit to it if that's what, you know, it comes off with me just because, like, I'm all West. Like, for too long, bro, I remember people saying, well, y'all are about, all the West has a disaster, and Ilmac and Thesaurus. You guys are corny. Like, I remember them days too well, bro. Like, I've been watching battle rap and anything related to battle rap since the early 90s, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just shout out to all of them, bro. Like, look, they held us down, bro, when nobody gave a fuck about us, bro. They was the ones holding us down. Daylight back in them, like, the grind time, bro. Like, them was the niggas who passed, dumbfounded. Like, they was holding us down. And I will never disrespect them. I just feel like now that we're in this new era now, I feel like people keep trying to put it off on us like we're still that era. Like, nah, there's a completely different sound out here. There's a completely different feel. Like, a lot of the problem, too, in my opinion, was the West for so long didn't sound like the West. When you thought about the West, you thought about NWA. You thought about Death Row. You thought about all them dudes, like BG Knockout. Like, you thought about a lot of these people, right? But when you heard Disaster or somebody like that, they didn't sound like that. So it was like, oh, this is different. Now you got dudes like Geechee, Dre, you know what I'm saying, 65. Like, you got people who sound like they sound like that era of hip-hop. And I feel like now people are starting to grasp that and be like, oh, shit, hold on, this is the West right here. This is what I'm talking about. So I feel like as that, you know, continues to progress, I feel like we'll do better out here and be able to build out here. But a part of me, too, I always be wanting to just have our own league here, like build our own version of URL here.
Right.
But then at the same time, like you said, URL is what it is. It has the subscribership. It has everything that it has. So it's like it makes sense to go ahead and build URL West up as well. I don't have a problem with it per se. I guess it's just me in an ego part where it's like, well, I would, you know, I want to see one of our leagues. I don't care if it's LA Battlegrounds, the Riot, West Coast League, Shot. You know what I'm saying? I want one of them. A-Hat Cali. Like, I want one of them leagues. Like, it's just the West. But at the same time, I understand where it comes from. It's just a part of my pride, my ego as far as the West is concerned. I can admit that.
I mean, this is the thing. I agree with you fully. Like, I was there. And you got to talk about the progression of battle rap in the West Coast. You know what I'm saying? And this is ego. I'll just say I do have an ego involved because I was there. I did help build the shit. I was from the very first battle at Sweet's Ballroom. You know what I'm saying? I might have just been a judge and brought a model, but I brought something to the table since day one. And what we had back then was grind time, right? Grind time was more like a little bit of everybody, right? We had all kinds of, we had nerds, you know what I'm saying? We had more thugs, you know what I'm saying? We had girls, guys, we had, like, you know, all different races and shit. When you thought about grind time, it was kind of like the big boom. And then once that shit happened, it a little bit like, you know what I'm saying, when grind time fell off, D-Rec went his way, Lush went his way, Matt Ills held the, you know, stayed the one holding the torch, you know what I mean? So what ended up happening is two leagues got popular, right? King of the Dot and URL after grind time fell. Obviously, I'm biased, so I'm going to try to keep it more neutral in the way that I speak because I think y'all obviously know where I'm at now. But at that time, a certain fan base went to King of the Dot and a certain fan base went to URL. Kind of split, right? What grind time was everybody, now this kind of shit kind of went where a lot of the people that were on this stage, now they had to decide which stage they wanted to go on to. I remember the shit. Like, and at that, maybe that was the time when the West should have started. Like, me and Lesh have long conversations about this. Like, yeah, it coulda, woulda, shoulda, but this is the thing. We didn't do that. So because that didn't happen, and we don't have a fucking time machine, and there's a million battle rap leagues that are all dope as fuck, all West as fuck, but there's a lot of them, you know what I'm saying? For us to have, if we had did that back then where we had focused all our energy down and put everybody's focus on this, then that's what it would have been. But then who knows if it even, you know what I'm saying, would be what it is today, because you did still have those artists around who, it sounds like, you know, you're happy that we have a new school of. I'd like to be able to bring back some of those guys. Like, I feel like Ilmac would be dope, you know what I'm saying? I would bring Ilmac to the stage. I don't know if fools would fuck with him. I think URL West is different than URL East as far as the way the fan bases are. I don't know that, you know what I'm saying, that everybody could come over, but, you know, there's a Mad Flex, you know what I'm saying, there's a full few fools that I would fuck with, that I would bring on, and, you know what I'm saying, see what they do, give them an opportunity. If the fools killed it, then they get to another plate. If they don't, then fuck it. No love lost. But for the West to get where it's at now, we had to go through these different times, and, you know, trials and tribulations is what brought us to this. So, like, to me, I'm good with it, because we still got, like, now the West Coast, anybody from the West Coast, you kind of could decide where you want to go. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully y'all decide to come with us, you know what I'm saying, at URL West, and we'll fucking definitely do everything we can to push you to the highest pinnacle of battle rap. If you decide to go somewhere else, cool, no love lost. I'll still fuck with you. I'll still dap you up. I'll never act like I'm mad at nobody. But that's where we're at right now. So until another league, you know what I'm saying, gets close enough. I mean, even Arsenal, you know what I'm saying, all these cats have huge fucking leagues, but they, for some reason, never really are part of that conversation. It's those two leagues. When that grind time split, boom, shit went this way and that way. I mean, y'all
can I ask a question?
Y'all remember this shit? Yes.
Yeah,
okay.
I want to ask you something, because this is something that I've heard this before, and this actually was my opinion when it very first got started. URL West, it came off at first. I have to be honest about how it came off to me. It came off like they were trying to distance themselves or distance the West Coast from the brand of URL. In my opinion, when fans see a URL West card, they dismiss it as, oh, it's the West. They don't have anybody. Unless URL is telling us this person is dope, we don't need to have a reason to watch it. And I feel like when it says URL West, it already comes off with the stigma of something that's not the regular URL brand. Like when you say URL, you think of Summer Madness, Gnome, Born Legacy. When you think of URL West, I mean, we've had dope battles, but then you have a lot of things that haven't come out, like YK versus Emerson Kennedy. That's something that was crazy. Never going to see the light of day. You have a lot of these battles that happen on this.
That was the camera. Yeah, I mean, it's cool. I can tell you, I know what happened with that. I'll take the fault on that one, personally. But I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No. It's all good. Like, I understand, like, you know, there's like camera things or whatnot. From, you know what I'm saying, from everything that's been said about it, it was dope. It's just like, I just feel like with things like that happening, it just comes off like it's distant from the regular URL where it's Summer Madness, Gnome, Born Legacy, Tay Rocks, you know, Hollows. Like, it just comes off like it's a different than that. Like I'm telling you, bro, when I'm in these groups and I posted before, like, hey, who's fucking with this card? Like, holla. I done had people like, well, I mean, it's the West. I mean, outside of Geechee Gotti, like, who else is on that card? Bro, Dre Vicious is on this card. Beast Gatlin, like, Clutch, like, these are people that, like, I know, like, it's like, wow, like, y'all really, but that's how it comes off. Now, if you just say URL, if you said, okay, we're putting this on, say if that was Born Legacy, they would have ate that shit up because they were like, oh, URL's telling us this shit. That was just my personal take. Yeah, part of me still feels like that now, but then at the same time, I'm like, well, fuck it. KG has, you know what I'm saying, he's the one working URL West. He's the one putting in the work, as well as all you guys who are a part of that process as well. So I trust the fact that y'all putting in the work that's needed to go ahead and get us over the hump, where URL West is a respected brand in battle rap.
Yeah.
But
I think
I don't know. It just kind of came off at first a little different.
I agree. Nah, and I'm always trying to, like, you know, when I posting up, like, oh, we got this shit, fools are like, who's that? You know what I'm saying? Who's this? Or, you know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna drop, or whatever the fuck fools are saying that I always gotta try to fight at. You know, it's definitely not like an easy road to this West Coast shit. I don't see that there's a simple solution. Straight up, I don't. I've cracked my brain over this. I consider myself somebody who's spent a lot of time and energy into, you know, moving the direction of West Coast battle raps platforms, and like there's the side that I do is the side that doesn't get the, you know, it doesn't get always the recognition. You know what I mean? And that's all good. But I'm still emotionally, I'm like invested. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm spiritually invested in this shit. I've given years, you know, of life to this shit. So I seriously like don't know what. That's why sometimes it's like I know everybody's like quick to say, yo, I don't think that's what you should be doing, but straight up and down, like what should I be doing then? Like that's like the people, like a leader mentality is somebody who's saying, okay, cool, we recognize the problem, but let's not spend too much time just talking about the problem and recognizing the problem. We got to take that same energy and apply it towards solution. So I don't know, man. Like I'm trying to get the next, you know, Geechee Gotti. After Geechee's on his way, he's gonna be URL main stage. He's next. We all see it. It's already the momentum is already there that he's gonna build that snowball effect and just wreck through anybody that steps in his path. But can we get Grizz next? You know what I'm saying? Can we get Diesel next? Can we get, you know what I'm saying, like Beast next? Like all these people, like can we get everybody to the point where they respect the West? Like, yeah, that's what the fuck we need. We deserve that shit. And, you know, the DMVs, I think if we put these fools in a body bag, if we can get the DMVs all in body bags, fools will have, because they pay more attention to them than us, and I don't think that's fair. So I don't think it's deserving. You know, I think that they got fucking skill and they're dope as fuck, but I think we're better. And I don't know, man. Like this is for real. Like, what should we do with the West? Is not a very easy, you know, answer to that. Like, should everybody maybe we should make all the leagues quit? You know what I mean, and go to West Coast elites. You know what I'm saying? Like, and just dissolve them all into one. If something like that doesn't happen, though, I really don't see the West being able to catch up to what these other two leagues already have. Like, seriously.
Well, I feel like, well, the reason why a lot of us, like, the West Coast in general, the reason why the West isn't where New York is because while they were out there having block parties, hip-hop ciphers, and battle rapping, we were out here gangbanging. The attitude out here was never to battle rap. Nobody really was paying attention to that except for a few people, to be honest. I mean, we got to look at the facts of that. And as it started progressing where it became more popular and you started getting into, like, the Shells, the Detroit scene, you had Grind Time starting to really get popping, you had Pit and all that shit. Like, it started to become something where it's like, okay, I can actually fuck with this. Like, this is dope. But I feel like now we're getting to a point where we have to make it more familiar to the people of the West. The Westfield, when I talk to people out here in my city, I'm in Sacramento, there's nobody I've met. I met one person randomly at a store one day that had a loyalty over money shirt, bro. A loyalty over a money shirt. And wow. I walked up to him, I was like, you mess with battle rap? He's like, yeah. He's like, hold on. You mess with battle rap? I'm like, yeah. And I talked to him. You know what I'm saying, exchange, you know what I'm saying, information and whatnot, so we go ahead and link up. And he was like, bro, I never knew that we had anything like this out here in the world. I'm going to be real, I didn't know. And I'm like, and this is somebody who, he told, bro, I watch, but if a battle drops, I'm on it. And I'm like, and he didn't even know. You know what I'm saying? Like there's stuff out here like PNR out here in Sacramento. I got to shout them out. You got dude like Next Level. He's dope as shit. I think he's on the PC card if I'm not mistaken.
I'm so sad about that Saint shit. That's going to be a sick card too. Saint versus Next. The PNR got that, I think, right? That's going to be sick.
Yeah, I believe so. So yeah, it's
I'm
like
way jealous.
Yeah, like I see everything now is starting to set itself up to where we're starting to build. I just feel the way that URL was able to build. One, they had the backing of Smack DVD. People remember that was how a lot of people got into battle rap during Smack DVD. Whether People want to admit it or not, because battle rap was alive and well way before Smack DVD even came across. And I remember battles way before that. But Smack DVD is what really stamped it, because you had Murder Moose, you had Lugs, you had Rex, Math, Iron Solomon, Party Artie, you had all these people. You know what I'm saying? Jay Mills, you had the names. You know what I'm saying? And so when URL got started, they're like, okay, we bringing all these names back, and we bringing back that same type of feel. And I feel like that's why people are going with that. I feel like out here, it's almost like a similar blueprint. It's like, start getting the people who have the names, like the Snoop Dogs, you know what I'm saying? The people who have names like that are celebrity kind of names like that. Remember you had Kevin Durant at a Smack event? You had Diddy at a Smack event, Busta Rhymes at a Smack event. Like, that really sold it to the people. Like, oh, they're messing with this. Oh, shit. We got to mess with this. Remember, like, you had Total Slaughter. Like, they had a whole entire thing like that. It was like, they popularized it out there. Out here, if you walk up the street, people won't know you. Like, bro, Danny Myers, as much work as he's put in out here on the West, if he walked around L.A., bro, there's a 90%, probably higher than that chance, he's not going to get recognized as Danny Myers, the battle rapper. They're going to look at him and think he's just a regular dude walking up the street. In New York, bro, you could not be a fucking nigga. You could not be a PG walking around New York. People are gonna recognize a PG out there.
You gotta go back.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I feel like once we familiarize it more out here and popularize it to the people here that they want to support it, then it'll start taking those shots. I definitely see it's coming. Like URL West is doing their thing. All the leagues out here on the West Coast leagues, LA Battleground, The Riot, Shots Fired, I Evolve, Casual Conflict, you know what I'm saying? Like, all these leagues, PNR, all these leagues are doing their thing. AHAC, Cali, they're all doing their thing. And the more that we start showing that unity and the more that we continue to put on out here, it's going to help us, because this is basically our proving ground area. This is basically where people are getting groomed out here, like the Catch That Phase and the things like that, the tryouts and AHAT and all that. Like, this is where people are getting groomed, is out here. The road to the elites on the West Coast elite thing. This is where people are getting groomed. You know what I'm saying, from the West. And people who are that dope here in the West, they start getting on these bigger cards, and they start getting a PG to drop. Like, bro, we had Yak the Ripper versus Grizz, bro. That's dope. It's a dope-ass look. We didn't have stuff like that drop. Like, we had the Geechee Gotti versus Hemi. That was dope as shit. But then you have the battles like Ron Compton versus Young Nate, which is a dope battle, but it didn't get a main page drop. They had to drop it on the Riot. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it's certain things like that, and I feel like that just comes down to making it out here where it's fly to people. Like, oh, I have to be a part of battle rap. Like, that's my shit. And I feel like we're on our way there, so I can't critique it and act like it's all bad, because it's not. We just are we're in them growing pains right now, where it's like we feel like we should be exactly where URL is now or the East Coast is now, and it's like, well, nah, we ain't really put in as much time and as much stuff as they have, because they've been doing this forever. This is how they birthed hip-hop, was out of this. So for them, this is everyday life. For us, we're just now getting accustomed to making this a part of our culture out here on the West. So I feel like as time progresses, we'll definitely catch up and be able to have things out here like how they have out there.
I agree, man. We trying, man. We're trying to push the envelope. I still think it's the best thing I can do for the West Coast artists is to try and get them to that main stage URL. At this time, that's the best thing I can do for the West. You know what I mean? Like,
doing that right there is dope as shit. And doing that right now is perfect. Look at what KG did with Rum Nitty, bro. Look at what KG was doing with Rum Nitty, bro. Like, Rum Nitty literally in 2016. Bro, hold on. No, it was 2015. 2015, Rum Nitty had a fucking interview. He was like, bro, I want to battle Tay-Rock. I really want to start getting on URL. I want to get battles cracking. And people act like he never was spazzing before that. This dude was cooking verse Arsenal, classic with Danny Myers. This dude been all over Canada cooking, and they act like he had never put in work. Then he had the battle with Danger Zone. A lot of people don't even remember that was his first URL battle of 2016 was actually the Danger Zone battle. Then he battled Av, crazy battle. Crazy battle. Did a lot of numbers. Then he had Clips, big stage, beat Clips clearly, had Ill Will, another crazy battle. Then went from Ill Will directly to Rock in a year. So when you say that you like the best thing that you could do is get to the main, bro, I see what y'all doing. That shit works. it's just going to take everybody getting behind that and supporting that. Because a lot of times, bro, there's unity here on the West, in my opinion, but there's not enough of it. Like, there's so much competition between certain states and cities and things, bro. I feel like people need to get that extra step of unity and just come together and be like, okay, this is for the West, and then build on that foundation. Because the Midwest did that. We didn't until after they got their foot in the door. Then you heard, well, I don't fuck with A-Bird. Oh, I don't fuck with this dude. We're not from Detroit. We're from Pontiac. Like, then you started hearing about that. But they got their foot in the door first. They didn't have infighting and, you know, showed a lack of unity beforehand. It was after they got their foot in the door. Then they said, okay, no, we're different. So I feel like that's where, like, we can really grow to is in those areas.
You know what we can do to do that, right? Everybody got to get behind Geechee right now. Everybody got to get behind Geechee. Everybody. We got to be like, fuck that. Like, no ego. He's next. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody's going to be able to get in front of him or side cut him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's that dude. He's next. He's earned that spot. As soon as I'm literally, like, waiting any second for KG to text me, like, hey, the trailer's ready for the Stewie Geechee shit. Like, we dropping that shit, like, as soon as it fucking comes out. I got 9.5 sunglasses hitting me up every day. When is the drop? When is the drop, Floss? Like, you know what I'm saying? We're trying to see this good look. We'll make sure my investment is worth it. You know what I mean? Like, so shit is lining up for us right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the enemies are falling off and we're rising up, and I think we're doing a good job of fucking with all the other leagues. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to West Coast Elites. Shout out to LA Battlegrounds. Shout out to PNR. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many. I don't want to fuck around and try to say them all because I'm sure I'll miss somebody, so I'm going to just stop there. But just know, shout out to everybody out here making noise, man. And I'm fucking with y'all. You know what I'm saying? KG, he's fucking with this whole shit. Like, the reason why I really think KG is a good person to be the person in the front, like, he's already said he's going to sacrifice himself. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's stepped back from doing battles and concentrating on writing his shit, and he wants to see the West grow. I share his vision 100%. I think that URL is the best platform for us to push these bars. You know what I mean? Like, I think our bars deserve to get heard from the most people possible, and that's how we can do it. So getting Geechee out there, I think, will change everything, too. Because think about this. So Geechee is not somebody like nobody else ever. You know what I'm saying? And no disrespect to Nitty, because Nitty is also in a league of his own. But Geechee is somebody who you're not going to be able to tell shit to. You can't tell Geechee nothing, bro. Like, if Geechee want to do some shit, he's going to do it, you know? But he cool as fuck. Like, if you know, like, y'all know Geechee. You know what I'm saying? Everybody on the phone right now know y'all know cuz. Y'all interact with him. You know how cool he is and shit. But them fools out there that don't, you know what I'm saying? If he fuck with you, he fuck with you. But if not, you see how he hopped on the phone and the DMV's got, like, switched the whole shit up, right? And not everybody out here on the West is even like Geechee. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just keeping it real. He's a different type of a being. You know what I'm saying? And that man moved different. But if he gets into the door, what then happens is now we got it. You know what I'm saying? Like, now they're going to be like, oh shit, the West, damn, because like Nitty is like, okay, they did it once. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, y'all got Nitty. You know what I'm saying? They try to front on Danny, which is crazy, but you see how they kind of do us. You know what I mean? I see it. I see what y'all see. I see all of this. It doesn't mean that if, you know what I'm saying, if they got the connect over there, I'm gonna have to go work with them. You know what I'm saying? Like, because we need to get this block money. You know what I'm saying? If the block is gonna get the money that we need to get, we got to work with, you know what I'm saying, the connect over here. So in battle rap, they are the number one connect, but we got the talent. Like, I think that we all know that, and as soon as everybody else see that, is going to be different. You know what I'm saying? If Geechee goes out, like, imagine this. Picture me this. Geechee goes to New York and fucking kills everybody he stands in front of. It's quite possible, right? Like, I don't see Geechee losing to nobody right now. I'm not saying that he's the best person in battle. I'm just saying that Geechee could possibly beat anyone right now, right? That's why we need to get behind that man. We get him in the door, and that's going to change everything. But that's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? That's how I'm rocking. I'm always open to the whole West Coast. Anybody, let me know what they think. You know what I'm saying? I'm a very humble piece of this table, but I silently have been moving to help the West and help put on a lot of young gentlemen and ladies growing up, you know what I'm saying? But this West Coast shit, it's in my heart. It's the thing that I care about the most, you know what I'm saying? I also, like KG, I used to host events in the Bay, like, you know, shit like that. Whatever the fuck I did, it don't matter because I'm not trying to do that anymore. What I'm trying to do is get down with this West Coast movement. KG set it off with this URL West shit. I know that the whole world ain't seeing it yet, but keep in mind, shit, like, what, Blockbuster, you know what I'm saying, got hit up by Netflix, you know what I'm saying, and they blew the homies off. It's like anybody who's sleeping on us right now, it's cool, you know what I'm saying? That's just we're going to put our heads down and we're going to work harder because while anybody else is sleeping on it, while they sleeping, we working. So let me know, you know, if y'all got any connects on any sponsorships, you know what I'm saying? Pass them our way. You know, like if you got any big homies, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to 6500 for coming through, you know what I'm saying? Because you're right. When you get celebrities in the building, you know what I'm saying? It does matter. So we're gonna try to reach out and get some more of that. I feel all the feedback I'm getting, it's all helpful. You know what I'm saying? I definitely agree with everything y'all saying as far as the way they look at the URL and shit. And I just want to let y'all know that we could change, you know what I'm saying, the popular opinion in our favor.
No, that's a fact, bro. Like I said, bro, at whatever y'all need from me, bro, as far as, because like I said, bro, I have the media outlet. Y'all come on here, talk the shit. I promote everything for y'all. Battles, content, interview, whatever it is y'all need from me, let me know. Like I said, all this whole entire dialogue and people like having, whether it's like they mad about some or they like, it's all passion because we all want to see the West prosper. At the end of the day, it's all coming from the same place of wanting to see the West be exactly where it should be. You know what I'm saying? Get the proper respect that it's due. So for me, I appreciate dialogue like this because it's necessary because we don't talk about it and we just over here going back and forth in comments. It's not helping anything. There's nothing constructive from it. So I definitely, you know what I'm saying, appreciate everything that you guys are doing. Y'all got my support. Like, whatever it is y'all need from me, let me know.
Man, we appreciate you already doing it. Like, just keep doing what you know what I'm saying, being a West Coast media outlet, you know, somebody that's being the voice of the West and being a voice of what everybody's thinking. You know what I'm saying? Like, just keep you doing exactly, like, I fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? Let me know. I'll definitely try to call in, you know what I'm saying, but let it be known. I know I'm just old Floss, ain't nobody, you know what I'm saying? That's KG's right hand, whatever. He ain't shit, whatever, bro. But I don't give a fuck because I'm going to still do anything I could do to help you as well. So, I appreciate that, and I extend the same hand back. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, most definitely, King. Hey, before you get up out of here, man, tell the people where they can, you know what I'm saying, find you out. If you have any shout-outs that you want to do, and anything that you have to promote, business, anything you have going on personally, URL West, anything, bro, put all that out there, man, so people can go ahead and fuck with everything that you got going on.
Well, I mean, we do got the next event coming up, you know what I'm saying? The next URL West is going to be August the 5th, you feel me? Same time, same channel, you feel me? But at the same time, forget about me. I want to really focus back on the point I made earlier about in order to help the West right now, one thing we agree on is let's all get behind Geechee. I mean, like, I think we are already, but, like,
facts.
You know what I'm saying? Let's focus on getting that man in the door. He's going to, you know what I'm saying, we got Needy in the door already. You know what I'm saying? We get Geechee and now the door's wide open. Now we can bum rush the stage. So that's what's up, man. And one love to the whole West Coast. Anybody tuning in, man, you know what it is, man. URL West. We're going to keep it popping. This is your boy Flossafee. Friends call me Floss, man. What it do?
Facts, man. Hey, your name on Facebook, is that, hold on, so I'm trying to figure out if I have you on there. I want to make sure I tag you to this as well. I think I have you on there.
Just look for the most like white Mexican name you could find, and that's me. It's going to be Mexican in the front end. It's going to be white in the tail end. It's some Irish. No. Yeah, Nestor McAuliffe on Facebook. It's Brad Spit on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? I don't even use Twitter. I hate Twitter. I feel like I'm snitching on my location. But
yeah, I think I bet you at the West Coast Elite event when I was out. Well, according to everybody, I was in everybody's way of seeing battles. But it's like I don't know where I can go now. I'm just that tall, man. I don't know what y'all could do with me, but nah, it was definitely dope meeting you at the event too, man. Yeah, but nah, it was definitely dope meeting you at that event, bro. And like I said, bro, anything y'all need from me, you got it, man. I support everything y'all do 100%.
Man, I appreciate that, man. For sure, we up in this motherfucker, man. You already know I'm gonna call back in. Let me before the next battle. And y'all excited about this Geechee Stewie drop? We're gonna get that shit.
Definitely excited about that.
Look, when we talked to Geechee on Monday, bro, he was like, man, it's supposed to be out by like Wednesday. I mean, I've been out my phone looking at this phone like, what's happening? What's up? Where this battle at? So I'm waiting on this one because as soon as it drops, I'm on it. It's getting shared everywhere.
We feel like that battle is so good that it's going to be treated with a little even more, you know what I'm saying, like tact. So we're gonna use the kind of same shit that we did when we do like Traffic. So we're gonna do like there's gonna be a trailer that's gonna drop, you know, so that like to build anticipation and shit. So it's gonna be like a movie, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, the goal was Wednesday, but you know how, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna make sure it's right before it gets dropped. I have it, you know, KG's the boss, so as soon as KG sends that message out, we can all start blowing it up online everywhere.
Facts. Definitely, I'll be definitely looking forward to that.
Yeah, all right, Nico, I'm about to get off this phone, man. West, baby. I love y'all, man. Stay up, stay safe, stay alive, you know what I'm saying? And let's keep this West.
There is none.
Yes, sir. Most definitely, King. Appreciate you.
All right,
boss.
Salute.